Unless you've been living under a rock, you should know by now, Aaron Rodgers out for the season with a torn Achilles. Really bad look for the New York Jets. Only a couple snaps into his debut, and he's out for the year. We're going to be taking a look at a possible Davis Mills trade. His name's been thrown out there. The Jets are looking for more quarterback options. I don't know if they're solid with Zach Wilson for the entire season. We'll break it all down on today's show. But first, if you want to shout out on a future show, and if you want to help this Texans channel grow even faster than it already is, the fastest growing Texans channel on YouTube, go down and share this video. It's as easy as clicking the share button, select the Twitter icon, post to Twitter, and tag me at Jeremy Chugs. The first 5 people to do that on today's video, you're getting a special shout out on our next show. But I want to get right into the news of today. It's the Jets quarterback situation. The Jets QB1, as of right now, Zach Wilson. Their head coach, Robert Saleh, saying last night after the game, Zach Wilson, he's going to be our guy moving forward. But a lot of speculation that the Jets are going to add another quarterback via trade or free agency. My boss, bright and early this morning, sent me these trade and sign odds for the Jets' next quarterback on their roster. And look who's right here at number 5, our sweet boy, Davis Mills, obviously behind Nick Foles, Jameis Winston, Colt McCoy, and Taysom Hill. But in my opinion, the only 2 viable names on that list are Jameis Winston and Davis Mills. If you're going to go out and add another quarterback, why add somebody who is not going to improve your roster? Nick Foles, not going to do that. Colt McCoy, not going to do that. So that list comes down to Jameis Winston and Davis Mills. And if you're looking for a younger guy with upside, it's definitely Davis Mills. I mean, out of Stanford, the early round pick hasn't been great, but he hasn't been bad in his career either. 28 games played with a completion percentage of 63.6. Total yards thrown 5,782. A touchdown to interception ratio 33 to 25, and a passer rating of 83.3. Not too shabby for Davis Mills. So this is the trade idea I cooked up, and I kind of modeled it after the Josh Dobbs trade earlier this offseason to the Arizona Cardinals. The Texans would be getting a 2024 4th-round pick, and the Jets would be getting Davis Mills and a 7th-round pick. Now, in this trade scenario for Dobbs, it was a 5th-round pick, but I think Mills is a little bit more valuable than Dobbs, so I bumped it up to a 4th-round pick. But I want to see what you folks at home have to say about this one. Would you make this trade? If you were Nick Caserio's right-hand man, if you were right there with them, what would you do? Type A for accept, type D for decline. You're going to get hit with the YouTube ad break. Let me know down in the comment section if you would accept or decline this trade. I would go ahead and take it. I would take this trade if I was the Texans, because this might be the best value you get for Davis Mills before he leaves your roster, right? Like, before he leaves this Texans organization, why not get something out of it? Why not get a 4th-round pick out of Davis Mills? And I think this is the perfect time to do so. I mean, you look at this Texans QB depth chart, CJ Stroud, he is undoubtedly the QB1. No chance for Mills to even get to the QB1 conversation unless there's an injury. But still, I think even if CJ Stroud's injured this year, next year, he's still QB1. Case Keenum as the QB3. So you have another guy on the roster if you want to trade Davis Mills to where you are comfortable with Case Keenum as your backup. And speaking of Case Keenum, this was just thrown out there by Ari Merov on Twitter. An interesting trade name for the Jets that hasn't been mentioned much and could make some sense is Case Keenum. Houston already has C.J. Stroud and Davis Mills on the roster. Keenum has plenty of playing experience and would fit the Jets scheme. Another interesting name here with the Jets. Could the Texans trade Davis Mills or Case Keenum? Well, all I know is this. If they do trade Davis Mills, if they do end up trading Case Keenum, you know we'll break it down here on Texans Today, because we're giving you the latest Texans news and rumors all season long, all off season long, 365 days, 366 on a leap year. So go down and subscribe, or go to youtube.com/Texans TV and join the fastest growing Texans channel on YouTube. Now, coming up, one of the things I wanted to touch on from week 1 is this Texans pass rush could be lethal. Could they have a top 5 unit towards the end of the season. I'll break all that down after this. I have to give some love to our sponsor real quick, BetUS, our sportsbook sponsor here at Chat Sports, and they're giving you the best deal on the internet, folks. You go to chatsports.com/bet, promo code chat125. They're going to give you a 125% deposit bonus. So if you throw in $100, they're going to give you $125 for free to bet with. And you can deposit up to $500 with this deal. Be a big baller. Go out there and make your money, folks. Make that money. And I'm telling you right now, you want to make that money, go and bet on Will Anderson for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Still plus 350. That means if you risk $10 on Will Anderson being Defensive Rookie of the Year, you can win $35. Easy money, easy cheddar in my opinion, because I think barring injury, he's a shoo-in to win this award. But if you're going to bet that, make sure you do it with our sportsbook. BetUS. Go to chatsports.com/bet, promo code chat125. Speaking of Will Anderson, him and Jonathan Grenard both played out of their minds against the Ravens. Had a great game. I know the Texans didn't end up winning, but throughout the game, the Texans' pass rush was there, making Lamar Jackson, a very mobile quarterback, very uneasy throughout the game. I think by the season's end, you could see Will Anderson and Jonathan Grenard be one of the best pass rush duos in the entire NFL. No cap for all the kids at home. But I want to hear from you folks as well. Like I always say, it's Chat Sports, not Jeremy Sports. This is what makes this show great, the back and forth interaction. So let me know down in the comment section, do you think the Texans could have a top 5 pass rush duo by season's end? Give me a Y for yes or an N for no in the comment section. I'll be looking. So, like I said, Will Anderson, out of his mind against the Ravens. 6 tackles, 1 sack, 2 quarterback hits, and a pass rush win rate. That's what PRWR stands for right there. Pass rush win rate. 31%, which was 4th in the NFL, not amongst rookies, amongst all pass rushers in the entire NFL. Will Anderson showed out in his debut for H-Town. And I said earlier this offseason, Jonathan Grenard has something to prove. This is a contract year for this young kid. 5 tackles, 1 sack, 2 tackles for loss, and a QB hit for the man opposite of Will Anderson. Jonathan Grenard played with such a high motor against the Ravens. I mean, I absolutely loved what I saw from both these cats. This is an exciting pass rush duo, both young, both able to get after the quarterback, both extremely high motor. Like I said, by season's end, don't be surprised if these guys are one of the best pass rush duos in the entire NFL. I think so. Who's with me? You think so? I think so as well. Exactly. And before we go on today's show, I do have some Texans news that I just want to hit before we head out of here. The Texans, they worked out 2 punters this morning, Matt Hack and Pat O'Donnell. They have the they have the undrafted free agent Ty Zentner as their punter right now, while Cameron Johnston is on short-term IR. I didn't really think he played bad, but it's never a bad thing to check out your options. So Nick Caserio bringing in 2 punters for the Texans to look at today. Be on the lookout for these guys to sign with the Texans if they want to move on from Zentner. And like I said at the top of the show, follow me on Twitter, share this video, and tag me at Jeremy Chugs for a shout-out. The first 5 people, they're getting a shout-out on my next video. I just want to thank all you for making it to the end of today's show. And as always, go Texans.